So it seems like Blizzard is really ramping up development of Diablo 4, or at least they're getting the pieces together for it. Let's get into it.
Skip it up and that up.
So let's go back in time to a couple months ago, early November, when we first found out about Diablo Immortal over at BlizzCon, which ended up being a mobile game, and only a mobile game. And it wasn't even being fully developed by Blizzard. And it's going to have microtransactions, and it looks like a reskin version of another mobile game. And they built it up like it was going to be a huge AAA release, and everyone attended BlizzCon thinking it was going to be something much bigger. And then they got a mobile game, and people weren't happy. They weren't happy at all. And after all the controversy and the dislikes on the Diablo Immortal trailer on YouTube, so on and so forth, Blizzard finally came out and said, don't worry, Diablo 4 is in development. They should have done that during BlizzCon. Like, they should have ended even with that little 4 they had up on the big screen. And people would have been much happier. And they didn't do that. They did it after everything was a complete disaster. But whenever they announced it, and we know that Diablo 4 is coming. Well, it seems that Blizzard is ramping up development of Diablo 4, because if you go to the Blizzard careers page, there is a ton of openings. Let's take a look. They have outsourcing supervisor animation, unannounced project. They have lead concept artist, Diablo, UI artist, unannounced project, VFX artist, unannounced project, senior lighting artist, unannounced project, all unannounced. Associate software engineer, audio, unannounced project, software engineer gameplay, unannounced project, and it goes on and on and on. Associate VFX artist, Diablo, technical game producer, unannounced project. Now, the good thing too, and this has been said, is that other Diablo projects like Diablo 4 has a separate team from Diablo Immortal. So there's no resources being taken away from Diablo 4 being used for Immortal, and vice versa. So that's a good thing to know. So the AAA Diablo team is solely working on the AAA Diablo project, and Diablo Immortal, which is a cash grab, let's just be real, is just being worked on by its own team. Which again, Bethesda, I will say, if you also released it for PC and consoles, even if it was a free-to-play game that has microtransactions, that also would have subdued all the drama. But that's just me. Now, what is your take on all this? Yes, I'm literally asking you a question within the video, and I will read the comments. I personally think the Fallout 76 debacle was worse than Diablo Immortal. I still stand by all my videos. I'm not defending them. I think how they announced Diablo Immortal was absolutely terrible. They hyped it up to be some huge AAA release, and it ended up just being a mobile game, and they handled it terribly. But are you happy to know that they have a dedicated team for Diablo 4? Can you forgive Blizzard if Diablo 4 ends up being great? Or are you just done with them and don't trust them at all now because of what they did with Diablo Immortal? I mean, look, here's the reality of it from a business perspective. As much as I think they handled it terribly, in foreign markets, like in China and other places like that, if the game gets approved, mobile games are huge money. Japan is a perfect example. And a Diablo game on mobile devices is going to bring, I believe they said, quite possibly $300 million of revenue a year. So there's money to be made there. And okay, so there's Diablo Immortal. You don't have to play it. I'll never play it. I understand why you hate it. But are you okay with Diablo Immortal existing, knowing that they're really ramping up development for Diablo 4 to the point that they have a totally separate team dedicated to working on it? Again, I'm not saying that rhetorically. I'm curious to know. Or are you just, I know there's some people that this was like the straw that broke the camel's back for Blizzard. And I know there's been other drama that's going on with Blizzard behind the scenes too throughout the month. So let me know. I'm curious to see what you have to say. I think this is a good sign. They're really focusing on giving the fans a AAA product, and hopefully it'll be good. I think it will be, because they know they have no choice but to make an awesome game. And if Diablo 4 is mediocre, especially with what happened after Diablo Immortal, it could spell doom and gloom for Blizzard, and I don't think they want that. So they're it's pretty damn almost guaranteed that they're not going to disappoint you. This is Rich of Review Tech USA signing out. Have a good one.
Hey, congratulations! If you made it to the end of the video, you should subscribe to Review Tech USA so you can hear me blabber on some more. Also, too, starting this month, I will be live streaming solely on Twitch. I'll have a link to my Twitch channel below in the description. And last but not least, make sure you click that like button. It helps out the show big time. See you guys in the next video.